Welcome back. It is time for another edition of Made in the 1980s. Um, yeah, my voice. I am Camp from the Port. If you were not aware, and as usual, because it always makes for a better time, I got my guy here. And please introduce yourself for the people, please.
It's one day, dude. AKA Mr. Tired as Fuck, AKA Mr. Fuck My Job, AKA the pod shit need to start paying so I can quit.
AKA don't forget the damn doodle.
Dude,
You know what I'm saying? Oh man, yes. Hey, you know what? Speaking of that, so this podcast can pay. Why don't you like it? Why don't you subscribe it? Why don't you leave a review? Check it out anywhere. We are distributed through Podbean. So, we are everywhere they can be. So just type in Made in the 1980s wherever you listen to podcasts, and I guarantee you, we will pop up. And hey, and you know what? And also for anybody that may be interested, we are also in the process of developing merch. If you see the video here, because for our audio listeners, you just got to be there. You know what I'm saying? But we're testing out samples. I can't not let you get one. So now that I know that these come out pretty official, we're gonna make sure that we got these in circulation, man, the right way. This is the official soft launch. Pause, if necessary, of the Made in 1980s, a merch right in time for the fall. Get yourself a long sleeve, get a crew, get a hoodie. If you don't, then get the fuck out my face. And that's pretty much how it goes. Real quick, before you go into the show, I anticipated the slides versus thong sandals conversation, or the clip, I should say, to get some legs, and very happy that it is. Something tells me there will be a part 2 just on that topic. Maybe we will go live one of these days and we will talk it. Maybe to close out the summer. What if we go live? We close the summer out talking about slides versus thong sandals, and maybe I'll get some of my thoughts exclusively for Patreon on guys in thong sandals. Posted for you guys,
bathtub niggas wear thumb sandals.
Yeah, hey man, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on. Oh man, so great show for you guys today. We are not going to be like many other podcasts. We are not going to tease topics and never do them. We are never going to set out a series and not finish it or stop continuing it. If you were an early listener to Made in the 1980s, you know that we did a show surrounded by our favorite women, our top baddies, if you will, of the 1980s. Well, now, as we're in September, as we're getting close to what used to be called the new fall season of television, this is September used to be the month where you see all of the hip, cool, and happening new shows. If you were waiting for TGIF with bated breath for the lineup, what was going to play around Family Matters, because you knew Family Matters was the only show that was definitely staying. That was the only one. Everybody else, hey, roll the dice. But Family Matters was the show. And we today are going to discuss our favorite women of the 90s. The 90s. Yes, 1990 to 1999. No one is exempt. I think our 80s one was pretty cool. We found a lot of 80s sexy. 80s sexy was you know what I'm saying? It was shocking, shocker list. So now we move on to the 90s. So now what's interesting about the 90s for me, Wang, is that 90s sexy is different, but it's going in a direction that I don't think many of us foresaw. You know what I'm saying? Like at one time, I would say Cindy Crawford was the prototype of like what beauty was symbolizing also in the 90s. I don't know if we saw her in the 80s, but I know she carried over to the 90s because she was like the most popular poppin' supermodel in the world at one point. And Then in the 90s, Guy, hailing from Seattle, Washington, made a song called Baby's Got Back. And then all of a sudden, old Cindy got a little competition. And all of a sudden, the floodgates open as to, wait, hold on now. It's not that this young lady isn't very nice looking, but hey, we may have to stop this train and veer it on another route. Now, this is where the fuller figures, or if I can just be crass, the fat asses started to become a thing of prominence in mainstream media. All of a sudden, if you had cakes, if you had cheeks, if you had buttocks, if you had anal, and I guess you could double entendre that if you like, that kind of pushed you to the forefront of what was happening in the 90s. So I think it's only fair that we say that, you know, let's say it like this. Is it fair to say that if all of our sitcom people from the 1980s, if they all carried over, do you think that they would also count for the 90s list? Like, does anybody fall off tremendously, or does everybody just kind of stay afloat?
From the 80s to the 90s?
Yes, from your 80s list. Think of your top like 3 to 5 from the 80s. Do they still carry over into the 90s?
Not all of them.
Okay.
Not all of them.
So now, which one you're like, yo, by the time I get to the 90s, because you're older, your tastes have changed, shows have changed, other women have arrived. So who doesn't make the cut as we get into the 90s?
Based off of my age now?
No, we gotta be in real time. We are back in the 90s. We are adolescents and teenagers now.
In real time, I'm going to use one that I used for the 80s show.
Okay.
Thelma from Good Times did not carry over into the 90s.
Okay, fair.
But that was preteen, teenage. 40-year-old me is thinking a little different right now.
I got you. So as you evolve, the Good Times, those cameras, they weren't doing it for you no more. I get it. I'm gonna say, you know, I'll tell you a person that I won't say they fell off, but definitely with the role they played, I couldn't really say that I was feeling her as much in the 90s as I did in like the late 80s, early 90s. And that's Jack K. Harry. By the time we get to the 90s, Jack K., she's now the mom of 2 twins. And not that I'm not into moms, but just the role, it wasn't as vivacious. It wasn't really speaking to my inner perv as a young man. So although she's obviously still very beautiful, she just wasn't on that, oh my God, I got to have her list at that time.
Was it because this is the way I feel about Bernadette Stain. Was it because the roles were as predominant? It was the fact that she was kind of out of the limelight a little bit?
No, you know what? No, it literally was just it was just seeing her as, you know, this mom of twins, and how she was more disciplinary versus the first time I seen her on character. She was, you know, very vivacious, very alluring. She was comical in a different sense. You know, she was outside. She was hot for the streets. You know what I'm saying? She was starting and bopping. Now she's a mom. You know what I'm saying? And even though, and I also think that the show Sister itself, I think it was so focused on Tia and Tamara that really they were like, you know, you probably, with a person as dynamic as her, you probably got to tone her down so they really shine. So maybe that is a little bit of what it is as well.
Okay. So teenage you would have picked Tia and Tamara over Jack and Harry, even though she was high on your list.
Yeah, no, hey, no. See, so now I dubbed the whole show. No, nobody goes.
Nobody.
I wasn't on Tia and Tamara like that at all. Like, which is it's interesting as we watch everybody grow up. We're all the same age now, and again, they're attractive girls. You know, I mean, attractive women. I'm sorry, women. But yeah, no, they never really did it for me like that. Like they're attractive though.
I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I tell you who do carry over, no question. Cree Summers. Cree Summers, she gets colder by the time we in 93, 94, 95. I'm like, oh my God. Now I'm grown and I've started using my equipment. So now I really think I'm ready for action when I see her on TV. She is amazing. So that one, Peggy Bundy gets battered by season 8 of Married with Children. So does Kelly. Kelly is now officially like on my radar. So
yeah, Kelly ended up being like major heartthrob.
Yeah. Because she was doing the spin-offs and getting other movie roles. Her and Ed O'Neill were getting other movies. So yeah, it was a very big time for her. So I think I mean obviously, and you know what? Let's get a lot of the no-brainers for the 90s out the way, right? Nia Long, right? Nia Long, super bad. She's never not been bad since the day we first seen her. Nia Long is really her. You know what I'm saying? She's amazing. She's wonderful. She's gorgeous. She's a great actor. Nobody should dispute that, right? What's another one you got?
Tyra Banks.
Tyra Banks. Oh, you know what? Actually, I want to pull a little reverse card. Again, not that I thought Tyra Banks was unattractive. I just was not over the moon for a Tyra Banks in the 90s.
I don't know. I agree with you. Mm-hmm. But if you ask, being that we just want to get the no-brainers out of the way.
Yes. Okay, yes.
She would have been, I felt she would have been a no-brainer.
Yeah, no, for sure. You know what? You're right. It's got to be bigger than us, right? The show's got to be bigger than us. And because like even the little penny commercials, what you doing? That was Tyra Banks, fool. You know what I'm saying? And like, hey, I will say that she did look her best on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, though. She looked really great on there, way better than she did in Higher Learning, and of course on Chris Webber's arm. But that's no hate. I'm just saying. Yeah, Tyra Banks. Everybody would definitely throw Tyra Banks in there. Who else we got? Oh, because of the times. People would say Gina and Pam.
I would say Pam.
I'm with you. Gina until she becomes
Kyle
Jay. Yeah. Until she becomes Jay on My Wife and Kids. I'm not really on it like that.
At all. At all. When she became Jay Kyle, okay, now I'm looking.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what? We gotta give it up for a young lady who, in a lot of ways, didn't she start like the video vixen route? Like she started like as being a profession. Gloria Velez.
Oh, the video mean girl.
Hey, or the girl from the Big Pimpin' video. Like that's how I always remember. Hey. And the white cowboy ones with Pimp C.
Gloria Velez was. I had a couple King magazines that
there you go. There you go.
Her unapologetically.
Yeah. So I think that Brandy / Moesha. I think a lot of guys got her on their list.
Yeah. Your Carmen Electras and the no-brainers.
Yeah. Topanga from Boy Meets World.
She was actually going to be I was actually going to use her as a sleeper for me
really?
because I tend to not be as attractive to women of the opposite race.
Okay.
But Topanga was different. And to this day, I cannot pinpoint what made her so attractive.
I would love to have this conversation. I'm gonna laugh and stop there. I think you know what? I think we'll have to revisit this because I think I know why. I know why. So okay. So we've gotten some of, I believe, some of the no-brainers, the 90s screams, these women, you know what I'm saying? So now let's get to like the nitty-gritty. Like, let's really name some of our favorites, our absolute favorites when we're talking the baddest women of the 1990s. Let's go.
Can I do 3 at once for?
Absolutely. I got a trick. I got a trick for you. You think you're doing a lot by naming 3 at one time? Wait till you hear one of my answers. Go ahead.
Let's start off with, and particularly the younger version.
Mm-hmm.
Not I don't want no scrubs version.
Okay.
Hat to the back. What about your friends version?
Okay.
TLC.
Okay. I like that.
Because
TLC was fire. TLC was super fire, matter of fact.
Fire. All 3 of them.
Yeah. It was that, like, especially with maturity. I am all 3. I'm 3 for 3. I used to really be stuck on Chili and then Left Eye. T-Bob's voice, I wasn't used to women with different voices. So I totally downplayed like how beautiful she actually is. You know, TLC is one of those rare 3 for 3 groups where it's like, yo, I think you win no matter what the selection here is. Like, you just got to do it.
Younger me didn't know better. Was taught to be a little color struck, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
So I had Left Eye, T-Boz, then Chili. The older me, I got Chili, Left Eye, then T-Boz.
Really? I will say, with now with my adult eyes, I got Left Eye first now. Still got Left Eye at the top. It's her face and her attitude. Yeah.
The way she carried herself, I mean, she just had a fly ass aura about herself.
Yeah.
But it's something about the chocolate.
Yeah, no, for sure. I totally get it. Totally get it. All right. So we kicked it off with TLC. You know what? Because I don't want to go too far without listing these ladies. And since you started off with groups, I got to counter with a group. Gonna go In Vogue. Gonna go In Vogue in the 90s. Gonna go In Vogue every single video I saw. Like
every last one.
It's just like
they did not miss.
Damn it. Yeah. They don't miss. They are 4 for 4. And it ain't close. Well, no, I'm sorry. It's close. It's 4 for 4. It is super close now. You can plan to play your games with TLC, but In Vogue, nah, you just gotta go ahead and rep that. rep the whole joint. Even when they kicked Dawn out, I was like, oh no, all 3 y'all still bad.
The one she brought on to replace Dawn was fire.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. In Vogue for sure. EV3 and In Vogue. It don't matter. All of y'all on the list.
Absolutely. I'm gonna take it to the sitcom.
Okay.
That we discussed, Sister.
Okay.
Alexis Fields.
There you go. There you go. Hey, well, not only one of my favorite black TV villains of all time, but she's one of the coldest women I ever seen in my life in the 90s and the early 2000s. But we ain't got that far yet. But yes. Oh my gosh. Alexis Fields.
Still cold.
Yeah. Yes.
Still.
Yes. And you know what? Since we're on Moesha, you know what? Hey, and this is you know what? No, I'm not gonna do it. Let's put it on the show because I love this because I got these two as the two baddest chicks on that show for me. And I know probably present day, I don't know, I may not get killed for this. It's 2024. We into different things now. I have Countess Vaughn very, very high on my list in the 90s and early 2000s. Like extremely high.
The reason why Countess Vaughn does not get the proper baddie credentials she's supposed to get is because back then we were not supposed to look at plus size women as attractive.
Man, thank you. Yep.
The fuck out of here.
Man, because she was cute as fuck when I was in high school and college. I was like, yo, Countess Vaughn is it. I was like, now granted, I mean, Alexis Fields is Alexis Fields. And a lot of people, the whole universe got to clear out. But if you never meet Alexis Fields, having Countess Vaughn, in my world, you did not lose. You were not losing if you had either one of them.
At all. At all. But like I said, in the 90s, we weren't supposed to view. She was supposed to be the funny, unattractive,
like comedy relief
friend. You know?
Yeah.
And some of us, say all of us, some of us fell into that dynamic and just would refuse to admit it.
Yeah, for sure.
You refuse to admit it because you weren't supposed to like the heavy woman. You weren't supposed to like, fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Definitely falls on the list.
Absolutely. So sticking with sitcoms. Wait, I went right. So you got it. Yeah, now it's on you. Because you said Alexis Fields, but I got Alexis and Countess Vaughn. So I'll throw it back to you. Who do you got? Let's go anywhere.
Okay, let's go. I had to look up her name real quick.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know her name, I could tell you where she's from. Rachel True.
Oh, yo, Rochelle from The Craft, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, hey yo, I was waiting for that. That was like my ace of spades right there. Like, yo, yeah.
I didn't want to just say the black chick from The Craft. I actually want to put her name out there. You know,
Rochelle from The Craft was fire, super fire.
And then she went on to do that TV show with
Half and Half with Essence Atkins.
With Essence Atkins.
Hey, one of the greatest casting gigs ever. Oh my God. Essence Atkins and Rachel True. Incredible. I don't know how that show went on for 20 seasons. I do not understand.
I'm going to touch on something. I don't know if you've noticed. Essence Atkins' mom in that TV show.
Oh.
Did you ever get a glimpse of the fatty, my nigga?
Oh, absolutely.
It's
absolutely. Now, granted, hey, look, you know, hey, listen. Again, the casting of that show is impeccable. It is some of the greatest casting ever in life. I don't know if that person ever won awards, but whoever casted Half and Half did the damn thing. Like, that is one of the greatest casted shows, like in Black history, in television history, in UPN history, like everything, anything that they were a part of is one of them ones. You know what I mean?
It's
yes,
TV One goated.
yeah, absolutely. TV One, UPN, WB, wherever y'all put them, you won. Incredible show. So now Stick with sitcoms. Another great casting. And I'm going to highlight two people, though, specifically when I say this. And I'm going to go the Living Single cast, but I'm going to specifically highlight as my real 1 and 2, Kim Coles and Queen Latifah at the top of this show. So
you better say Queen Latifah.
You can't. Hey, you got to. You got to. Hey, look, Queen Latifah is fire in the 80s and 90s. She's super fire, and she's natural super fire. So, yeah, as I look back at Living Single, like today, she was effortlessly sexy from every single episode. She was the only one that wasn't like, again, casting. She's supposed to be like this, shrewd, hard-nosed businesswoman, but she fire though. Like, she's fire.
Was it the fact that she could code switch?
Hey, you know what?
You could put that shit on, but she also hoop your motherfucking ass up.
Yeah. Hey, no joke. That, I think, like how she was willing to be like goofy and humorous at the same time, I thought that was really big in some of those moments. Man. Yeah. Queen Latifah's a national treasure. Like, yeah, she's very high on just my life list alone. But yeah, Khadijah and Sinclair are 1 and 2 on Living Single for me, for sure.
I fuck with it. I'm gonna throw you a curveball.
We'll see. I'm looking at the name on my list.
Curveball. We're gonna stay with sitcoms.
Okay.
The Natty, Fran Drescher.
Again, hey, look, maybe we should just start reading, because of course, yeah, on my list again. Hey, look, I'm in love with Peggy Bundy. Yeah, I'm in love with Peggy Bundy. So when I see Fran, I'm like, oh, it's almost like 2 of them. Oh God, like it's overload for me.
And Fran had the cakes.
Did
Fran had the buns?
Did. Yeah.
It was the voice though. The voice.
I tell you what, the voice definitely was not a win, but man, sometimes that show was on mute in my mind. I'll just say it just like that. Sometimes the show was on mute in my mind as I'm watching it. And it's some funny, it was actually a good show. It was actually pretty funny.
It was decent. It was decent.
All right. Hey, yo, we burning through this list. So now we'll take a break here, because we're gonna switch off of TV shows. I want to switch to movies. Because these two women, because of this movie franchise, have I think have a special place in a lot of men's hearts. Well, one for sure, but to me, you can't do one without the other. We're gonna go Friday's franchise. Gotta go Miss Parker. I forget her real name. Miss Parker, super fire. Yeah, she's still super fire. Now I seen her like a year and a half ago on Instagram. She's still fire. But I'm not joking when I say this. I absolutely mean this. And I remember at one time when I was like in my 20s and rapping, I was like, yo, I'm going to, make one of those songs like the rappers do now. Like when they make a song called like Ice Spice or something like that, and they name drop a girl in the song. I was prepared to name drop this woman in the song because I was that on that. And that is Kim Whitley. Kim Whitley is one of the baddest women ever in life to me. Nobody can tell me anything about her. No matter what weight she was, I was always about that. She is gorgeous to me. Yes. Kim Whitley is an instant win. I loved her character of Friday. I hope she was that nasty in real life. I was like, I'm gonna write a song called Kim Whitley and talking about how I want to go crazy on that. I never made it though.
I don't know why. She's always been a very attractive woman.
Mm-hmm.
But that role, bro, it was it was up here with it.
Yeah.
Like even when you think back on like some of the other roles and other characters that she played, none of that mattered.
Yeah. Yep. Because that's the one.
That's the one.
That is the one.
That is the one. All
it
right.
Is.
So, movie.
Matter of fact, let me mark these down so I can make sure I don't name anybody twice.
Cause see, I'm going off the top of my head because of my work day today. So
I dig it. And listen, but we on the same page. You have a lot of my list. I like, hey, and you know what? I'm glad that we're doing it this way because if we got to Google, I feel like it ain't genuine. If we got to Google, it ain't necessarily genuine. Now, granted, when we talking and we thinking, that's different. But if we actually did like research versus just tapping into that 80s brain, tapping into that made in 1980s, who really did it for me back in the day type of thing, like it ain't hard. It ain't hard. And look, and casting do what casting does. It's a lot of beautiful women that were on TV in the 90s. But these are the ones that are near and dear to us, though. We can't just name everybody. We got to name the ones that we was rocking with super heavy.
I'm gonna say one. I don't feel the same about her now.
Okay.
For obvious reasons.
I know who this is now. I know who it is now.
Jada Pinkett.
Oh, no, I don't know who that is now. Okay.
Different world, Jason's lyrics, low down, dirty shame, Jada. Absolutely.
I dig it.
Manipulative, sneaky, conniving, Jada.
Hey, listen.
Still a very beautiful woman, Mike.
Yes. I'm going to tell you this, though. I'm going to tell you this. I am so intrigued by Jada Pinkett Smith, and it's not for any like other reasons and other one like, yo, how do you talk when these cameras don't be on you? I feel like she's like the biggest gangster in the world. I believe that she's Suge Knight, Jay Prince, Master P, and Diddy all rolled into one. All into one woman that do whatever she want out here. And now I'm just curious about how her day-to-day goes. I'm just curious. Jada Pinkett. I thought you were gonna say another young lady, but go ahead. I'll save that for afterwards.
Yeah, Jada Pinkett. She had, I guess it was kind of like the Khadijah James before. Like she had like this rugged, like think outside of Jason's lyric, like every time you saw her, she was kind of like a roughneck kind of.
Yeah.
Like low down, dirty shame. All she wanted to do was whoop ass. When she was in a different world, she big baggy clothes and
set it off.
Set it off.
She's in a bind, man. Call Nate.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
She
could have called me. Why did you have to call Nate?
You know what I'm saying? What's up with the Nana though, lady?
Nate could have called me.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me see. Oh fuck, what's her name?
We got a good list. I don't know. She might be on mine. You throw out the description. I might have her on you. I might not have got to her yet.
She did she was Janet Jackson's friend on Poetic Justice.
Oh, my girl Regina King.
Regina
King.
Regina.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. watching her roll ass in the back of that mail truck had me stuck for a minute. Hey, yo, I was like, yo, I was like, oh, she really rolling it. She really rolling it.
Like she knew what she was doing.
Yeah, I was like,
she mad that she got that nigga up out of there quick. You know what she was
doing. She's like, is that it? I'm like, hey, look, you doing all that? Yeah. You doing all that in the moving mail truck? Yeah, that's it.
All this extra vibration going on from the stiff ass truck.
Yeah.
And you present.
Yeah, you might be getting 3 pumps in one on that one of them rolls that you did. You were relaxed. Jeez.
But yeah, Regina King.
Regina King, okay. I like that one. Back to who I thought you were going to say, and we're still sticking with movies too now that we're back in movies. I thought you were going to say Stacey Dash.
She got mad weird.
Mm-hmm.
She did get mad weird.
Stacey Dash. I wonder. I wonder. Well, she did try to, be black again, and I'm not saying that as somebody that's like, Hotep or something like, but no, she literally like asked to come back to the black delegation. It was the funniest thing. I was like, oh, she really apologizing to like black Americans and is asking to come back. It's like, you can't really leave in the first place. Like, you can't leave. What are you doing?
Hey, Grandma, if you go outside, you got to stay there.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You don't just come back in.
I'm like, man, I was like, but you're still black though. I mean, we don't fuck with you, but you black.
Like, undeniably black.
Yeah, that was never gonna change. That was never gonna change. Stacey Dash. So even though that wasn't my pick, even though, hey, look, Stacey Dash though was fire, obviously Clueless and everything like that.
Yeah,
another.
I ain't gonna say she transitioned from the 80s, she was a baby in the 80s, but
yeah. Oh yeah, from moving, yeah. So dig it. I'm gonna say this person, and in hindsight, she's a no-brainer, but I want to highlight a specific point in time for this young lady. I'm gonna stay with movies. I'm gonna go Money Train, Jennifer Lopez. Not Fly Girl, Jennifer Lopez. Not Been Around the World video, Jennifer Lopez. Strictly Money Train, Jennifer Lopez. Miss Santiago. Yeah, almost Santiago everywhere. The first time I saw that movie, because I had never seen. I don't truly think I've seen Puerto Rican women before I seen Jennifer Lopez. So that's like the first one I ever saw. So yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So unless now we on the ethnicity battle, I'm gonna say the first Puerto Rican woman I ever saw in my life was Jennifer Lopez, and that bar has been really high ever since.
I'm gonna one up your Jennifer Lopez.
Let's do it.
The Salma Hayek.
Yes. So yes, Salma Hayek is 90s. Salma Hayek is 90s, and she's fire in the 90s.
Fire.
My cousin is madly in love with her. He is madly in love with Salma Hayek. Like, and I totally get it. He's totally right to feel this way, to feel the way she does. Hey, yo, because she is smoking in what, her 50s now. Yeah, because we're
in the 50s. Still looks great.
Yeah, incredible. Okay. I wanna knock out 2 shows at one time, because these 2 shows are short-lived. These are like the last of the 2 black sitcoms that cared about black people. Gotta go to All of Us, Kyla Pratt. Kyla Pratt has been adorable my whole life, and I think we're the same age. She could so have been my 3rd grade crush, my high school crush, my high school sweetheart, my college accidental pregnancy, everything. Like, Kyla Pratt was it. Kyla Pratt was super it. I am a fan. I am a supporter, but I am a fan of Kyla Pratt for sure.
I was actually scared to say Kyla Pratt because I have this thing. I have this mental block that when I see you as a kid, I can't stop seeing you as a kid. And even though she's older than me, when they first presented Kyla Pratt, they presented her like she was like 5 years younger than me.
Yeah.
And I can't undo that visual.
Yeah.
Even though, like I said, she's older than I.
Yeah. Yep.
But in my head, she's not.
Yeah.
It's
no, I totally get it. It's, I mean, it's so wild how they played with age so much during the 90s. Because look, hey, even on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Will and Carlton are supposed to be in high school, and they just got to college in the mid 90s. Will Smith was definitely like 28, 29 years old as he was playing a college freshman. So I totally understand it. So and you know what? For the age reason, I was like, yeah, you got to keep watching All of Us to realize, oh wait, no, she is a teenager too. Like, yeah, we both we both made in the 1980s. You know what I'm saying? And then also the Parenthood, Zaria, aka Reagan Gomez Preston. Sheesh. Like, yo, I remember turning that show on randomly and just not turning it off. I never saw the show from the first episode. All I know is that I was turning one day. I said, oh, that's Big Worm. And then so I started watching. And then right when I was about to turn it off, Zaria walked through the door of the house and I dropped the remote. And I was like, what show is this? Who is that? I have to know when this comes on again. And that is how I learned who Reagan Gomez Preston was.
And even though, because Reagan Gomez is my girlfriend's lady crush.
Really?
She has the biggest crush. Like, she was like, if I ever woke up and decided to be, a lesbian, I'm going to find Reagan Gomez Preston.
Hey, listen, I wake up every day as a lesbian and I feel the exact same way.
20.
I feel the exact same way.
That's why we're here. That's why we're here.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, even though she wasn't Reagan Gomez Preston fine, the young lady from the LL Cool J show in the house.
Oh, also on my list.
What was her name? I can never remember her name.
Maya Campbell.
Maya Campbell.
Yeah, I think it's like either pronounced Maya or Maya. We're gonna say Maya Campbell. but yes, she was fine in the house. Yes. Hey, and we're gonna stack this because this is actually where it peaks for me for this woman too. Again, never off my mom kick in some ways. Debbie Allen is on my list in the 90s. Debbie Allen is on my list in the 90s. Top 20 also. Don't play. Debbie Allen is very high on my list.
Is it fair to put Debbie Allen on the list for the 90s, being that she didn't start in the 90s?
She didn't start there, but I tell you what, on In
she
the
carried
House.
Over.
Yeah, on In the House. Nah, man. There came a point I was kind of watching the show for her. I didn't even go front. Yeah, no, Debbie Allen is fire to me. She's fire. I mean, her sister fire too, but Debbie Allen is fire.
Okay, so are we staying in movies?
Let's do it. Let's stay in movies.
I'm going to go to my movie Holy Grail.
Okay.
Got to go with the Queen, Angela Bassett.
Yeah. Definitely got to go with her.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
I just want to see if you agree with me.
Okay.
Only using the movies that Angela Bassett was in the 90s. which one was she the most attractive in? For you.
Man, that's tough. But you know what? Since as soon as you said it, an image popped in my mind. I gotta go. What's love got to do with it? I gotta go that one. Because when you said that, I seen the blue dress with the tassels and her shaking. So yeah, I gotta go that one.
I respect it. But I have to go with waiting to exhale, walking away from the burning vehicle. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Completely and totally against all the toxic shit. Do not set my car and my clothes on fire.
Right.
But damn.
Yeah.
I'm mad about my car and clothes, but as fine as you was walking away from that car, I'm not going to call the police this time. Let's just talk about this.
Oh, man. No, hey, listen. I totally get it. No, Angela Bassett definitely high on any 90s list as she should be. I think as she ages gracefully, she's just a person that she's probably the top of every decade list. Like just she had to become a no-brainer here for about 20 years, I would say. Especially after the 90s.
After the 90s, she most definitely became a no-brainer. She had to. Like, she had to. Like, this woman just did Wakanda Forever, what, last year?
Yeah.
In her 60s. I want to say 63, 64. Still finding him.
Yeah. Hey, yep. You know what, real quick, because I think it's important, even though we gotta get a couple more no-brainers out the way. But before we do that, I'm gonna go Leela Rashan because between Boomerang and Waiting to Exhale, I think she has never not been beautiful. It's just like one scene may have not went in her favor, but Leela Rashan is definitely she plays some very funny, interesting characters, but she was also gorgeous. Also, hey, Vanessa Bell Calloway, you know what I'm saying? Which I know Coming to America was like the late 80s, but I believe she was in something else because I didn't learn her name. Oh, you know what it is? Vanessa Bell Calloway and Kim Whitley had a talk show on BET.
They did.
And yes, I forgot. Oh, and my girl Marie Moreau. Oh, yo, and all the baddies was on the damn BET talk show. For those who don't know who Marie Moreau is, she was on another sitcom. I think it was the All of Us, but she was also on How to Be a Player. She the girl that jam up Bill Bellamy, and How to Be a Player. Yo, yeah. So sorry, I went back to TV, but sorry. But yeah, all of those, but those three ladies, yes. They're not even honorable mention. They're just somewhere in my 30 for sure. Somewhere in my 30. No question. So we can go anywhere you want now.
I'm gonna go music.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Erykah Badu.
Okay. Erykah Badu. I mean, hey. Every time you see her live, it's a great show.
Erykah. Well, I remember when I first saw Erykah. Mm-hmm. I was low-key afraid of her.
They look afraid.
It was her eyes. Like, she low-key scared me. And then I start seeing her more and more and more and more. It was just like, this weird motherfucker is fine. And then you find out she got some ass.
Oh, yeah. Cake Factory.
Now she real fine. Yeah, so I'm gonna go double back into music. Miss Baduism.
All right. Since we have gone back to music, here's where it gets real. Here's where my list overloads here. Pause, if necessary. I don't know. You went Erykah Badu. I'm gonna go to a video, and when I tell you, everybody makes this list. Everybody makes this list, Wayne. I would like to put every single woman from the Rump Shaker video on my list. Every single one of them. From the girl playing the saxophone to the girl that's popping by herself behind my man when he rapping. Yeah, shake it, now, shake it. She can sing Happy Birthday, butt naked. Yeah, buddy. You damn right.
Rump Shaker video was lit as fuck.
Yeah. Lit. I truly understood that I would not be playing with action figures much longer after I saw the Rump Shaker video. That is iconic. That was the last. That was the bar for natural and black women. That was the bar. I was trying to see if those girls were Jet Beauties of the week. I wanted to know who every last one of them are to this day. Like, I want to know what the Rump Shaker girls are doing. I want to know what they're doing right now. Get the doc done, please. I need to know these things. Straight up.
Kill your shit.
Like,
Riley.
You know what I'm saying? It's gotta happen, man. So yeah, so we go on music. I gotta go to the Rump Shaker girls, man. They changed my entire life and outlook. God bless the 90s, man. Salute to Teddy Riley, a real legend, man. Harlem to VA, man.
Yeah, for real. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say this is a no-brainer.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this is a no-brainer, but local legend, Aaliyah.
Yeah. Yes. Aaliyah would be a no-brainer for a lot of people. Matter of fact, let's restart let's add a couple more no-brainers because we didn't say Halle Berry. She's obviously
no-brainer.
You know what I'm saying? No-brainer. Ashley and Hillary Banks in the 90s. Absolutely no-brainer. So Tatiana Ali and Karen Parsons. Oh man. Janet Jackson. 90s Janet. 93 to 96 Janet is possibly the most beautiful woman in the world.
It was argued.
Like 93 to 96. Oh my God.
You got your Naomi Campbells and
yeah.
And I would say this, even though she's not what I would say is she's most definitely not the finest.
Mm-hmm.
She was the more sought after, though. Mm-hmm. Would have been Laura Winslow.
Yeah. You know what? Very interesting about Laura Winslow, because I still say Aunt Rachel is still the baddest woman on that show.
But I'm going to argue that. Even though Aunt Rachel is a close second.
Yeah. Who
Myra was shitting on all level.
You said who?
Myra.
Oh, yeah. No. Yes. Out of special guests, Myra, absolutely number one.
Yeah, Myra was number one.
Absolutely number one. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Myra, Aunt Rachel, everybody else. Laura Winslow. And the thing is, even looking back, it's not that she's not pretty, but Steve Gaster. Steve Gaster. Steve was gassing her up, bruh.
It was, for me, with Laura Winslow, it was pixie cut Laura. Laura showed up with the Tony Braxton. When she had the Tony Braxton joint.
Yeah.
Laura was finding a motherfucker right then.
Hey.
But Laura's buddy.
Yeah. Sherry Johnson.
Sherry Johnson.
I know it. Because we were watching her on was it Wild and Crazy Kids?
Yeah.
When we were younger. Yeah, I remember her. Matter of fact, go ahead. No, matter of fact, we're gonna transition from that.
Hold on. Let me give you one more from the sitcom. 6 from Blossom.
See, now you ventured into my other list.
Okay,
no, we're good. No, because we can start there. We can start there. We can start with potentially taboo picks for the time that we're in. And look here, I have 6 from Blossom because at that time, this is the 90s. It really, I'm not going to say it was taboo to like 6, but that was the first white girl I seen that was like kind of caked up on TV, like caked up for real. Like, even though I'm super fond of Peggy Bundy, she ain't really caked, she ain't cheeked up. No. 6 was cheeked up in Freestyle Unity. And on Blossom, though, I was like, yo, so I can't front them. So white girls kind of decent. Yo, what we doing? What we doing here on Fox, like, bro, or NBC? I think it's like, what we doing? So yeah, no, I think she was super dope to me. Definitely. I would risk my social anxiety to go outside with that. Straight up. Yeah. Straight up. Yeah.
One side of probably have a little hater. The other side, give you congratulations.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's and 96, even even Freestyle Unity 6 is like, yo, I'll take the L. I was like, you can't really diss this one.
You was gonna go up to the cookout and you was gonna be fine because Uncle was gonna hit you with I see your nephew.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, you got your little Tina Marie there, don't you? Like, yeah, something like that. Something like that.
Yeah, you I see your nephew.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, I see it too. That's why I was here. Oh man, yes. So you know what? Let's venture more into the obscure, the potentially taboo picks then. As we get into this realm. Now, these are listed. They could be either beautiful to you, taboo for the time that we were in. Some people that maybe were booked or billed to be unattractive, or like their character was not it, but you see something. And as well as we'll do obscure and a couple of yeah, I get it, I guess. Those kind of picks. so even so, since we started with 6, and I think she's on both of our lists, I'm gonna go Venus. I think her name was Venus DeMilo. But she used to be Telly on Salute Your Shorts. For everybody that's wondering, the black girl on Salute Your Shorts.
Black girl. Yeah.
I was like, yo.
Fire.
Yeah.
They're getting that whole tomboy, but I don't know, something. If the code switching, yeah,
man.
It was a thing.
Yeah, absolutely was a thing.
Shorts. That is funny as shit.
Yeah. So I know I got a couple. So what? Before I even get into that, who you got?
Hear me out. Oh shit!
Here we go. Here we go.
Nala from the Lion King.
Yo, hey, now this is hilarious. This is hilarious. I'm not even sure how to react. So look, you're gonna just take this segment away right here. Nala from the Lion King and go.
You're not gonna tell me that look that Nala gave Simba when he pinned her when she found him. Nala had them come here eyes.
Oh man, that is funny. That is super funny.
From the Lion King.
All right. so Nala from the Lion King. All right. So I'm going to gonna stay on Nickelodeon. Gonna go to a show called Hey Dude, which is not to be confused with the shoe, which I thought they were making a comeback when I heard people talking about Hey Dudes. I was like, oh yeah, like the TV show, like on the ranch.
And it was like, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Right. But I'm gonna go Melody and Bradley, aka Brad, off of the show Hey Dude. Now, it was I think it's probably the first time that I really paid attention to the blonde versus brunette casting and television shows. But these two girls were like soap opera girls. They had like soap opera level acting. Like they could have been on like All My Children or something like that. That's how good they were. But that's how serious they made the characters to be. But I was like, something about these two chicks. I was like, I don't know. They doing it for me. Something about them just do it for me. So I'm gonna go for the two young ladies off of Hey Dude. And you know what? Since I'm still on Nickelodeon, let me add a third one in there. And you know, this pick is interesting because now today I don't know how I feel about it. Not because of the way this person looks, but because of the curse of maybe being a follower and consuming too much of her content. Gotta throw Amanda Seales on my 90s list, Wayne. I gotta throw her on there. Look, Cop and a Half, My Brother and Me. You know what I'm saying? I think she was in like another movie or something like that. I think she might have even been on Wild and Crazy Kids or like All That or something like that. I don't remember, but the show exactly. But no, Amanda Seales. I remember. I was like, oh, he was the cute little girl. Like on Nickelodeon. I remember it. I remember saying it to myself.
I remember her vividly from My Brother and Me.
Yeah.
And it's the way she moves now is just it kills the
fantasy
allure.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But that's not what we're talking about. She's still fine.
Yeah. Still a beautiful black woman.
Still fine.
You know what I'm saying?
A little different.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let me reel this back in.
I mean, hey, whenever we can name fictional characters, we know we've gone all the way. We've gone all the way.
Let me reel this back in. But I'm gonna double back to one of the previous shows that you said.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I think it was just due to the fact of back then, the dark-skinned woman was not supposed to be viewed as beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Maxine Shaw, attorney at law.
Yeah.
You can say you didn't. Don't care. Maybe you did. I thought Max was fine with a motherfucker.
Yeah, no. She definitely was. I mean, Cousin Pam, Not so much. Maxine Shaw.
Maxine Shaw?
Yeah. Fire. Yeah.
No, for sure.
For sure. Yeah. So you know what? Since we're going the kind of like definitely should be on your list, I'm gonna tell you who made my list, and she made me go back to the list. Well, she made me go back into her own personal catalog because I was kind of struck off of this. Pam Grier in the 90's. And all Pam Grier did in the 90's was an episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Original Gangsters. And I was like, no, I think I'll see what they're talking about. So I went back.
Oh, yeah.
I went back and watched some old Pam Grier. I was like, yeah, no, she's the truth. Like, even though I was sold on TT and Mama Pam Grier, like, yo, any version of her is a dub. Like, it's a W. Like, yo, that's a 73 and 9 season right there.
Dead ass. Dead ass. Hell, she just did a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Devil? I think it was called.
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, I feel hit.
Hey, right. Okay, what TV show? Oh man. Oh, I'm sorry. One more. Well, no, actually, I got 3 more. Wait, no, I got a few more. Go ahead.
No, take off.
All right, so look, because I could really go on for a while with this, but we're not going to do that. Because I'm going to sum all of them up in one. More of my obscure list, if possible, obscure list. So you got them from King of Queens. You got Carrie Heffernan. That was I think her real name is Leah. I got her from King of Queens.
Leah, yeah.
My man Kevin James' wife on the show.
Yeah.
And then we got I mean, it won't be as obscure as Nyla, but I actually have Darlene and Jackie from Roseanne.
Darlene and Aunt Jackie?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I can see Darlene.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed Aunt Jackie.
Yeah. Yep. Something about Aunt Jackie. It's and you know what? And I'm gonna blame Freeport for that one.
For Aunt Jackie?
There, depending on what side of Freeport to northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, East Iowa, like northwest Indiana, there's a lot of Aunt Jackies around. And I ain't gonna lie. Maybe just because I'm from Freeport, Illinois, is why there's something about an Aunt Jackie that really gets it cracking for me. Yeah, I won't even cap for a second. Yeah.
Jackie.
Darlene and Aunt Jackie from Roseanne. Yeah. I got one more to close it out. So.
Aunt Jackie, man.
Hey, listen. Listen. Good. More for me. Straight up. Yeah, buddy. Remember, it's a show that they supposed to be. I mean, for lack of a better word, they're supposed to be trailer trash. But yo, they didn't. Every episode they don't do the greatest job of toning her down. Not for me. That's like, I see it. I see what's there. I like it.
Okay. Stephanie Tanner.
Hey, no, Stephanie Tanner.
No DJ.
Yeah, no. Yeah. How rude. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, no, and no, fire. And Uncle Jesse's wife.
Uncle Jesse's wife. This just get booked for like lying about kids going to school or some shit like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so no, listen, I'm with you. I'm with you. So, man, listen. We could go another hour if we wanted to, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just sum up this last one. I'm gonna shout the entire network out to close out my list. I'm gonna shout the whole network out. I want to thank the producers and the casting directors of HBO programming in the early to mid 90s because of shows like First and 10, because of shows like Dream On, which had Dorian Wilson, aka Professor Ogilvy, on it. Okay. And some of the women they casted for that show was amazing. Like, listen, HBO used to get it cracking. HBO low key was giving Skinamax a run for their money, but then they just stopped and then started like showing like Oz and like The Sopranos. but I tell you what, HBO programming, Dream On, the show First and 10, every single woman casted for every scene of those shows. Win, 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 win. Fuck everything else. Win, 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 win. Shout to J-Rock.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah,
we didn't have HBO in the 90s, so I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, hey, shout to my cousin with the cable box hookup. Yeah. Oh man,
we had HBO, but you had to put the code in the box in order to get it.
Hey, for sure. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. I know all about it because a box had to be dropped off that was already working for me to see a lot of things I saw. So, and now I'm an adult, we can talk about it. So, oh man, 90s list, I think for the most part complete. I mean, hey man, 90s was a great time to be a man with eyes. Yes. That worked. You know what I'm saying? A lot of great movies, television, music. Shout out to Jodie Watley. You dig? Like, hey, shout out to Salt and Pepper. You know what I'm saying? Do I make you want to shoot though? You know what I mean? So, man, look. Again, this could go on forever. We're gonna stop here. Let us know some of your absolute favorite women of the 90s. We don't need to cover men. Women, you can do that for us in the comments yourself. Hey, that is it. Any last words you want to talk about for this list or for just this topic of just the baddest ladies of the 90s?
One thing I can say about the ladies of the 90s, a lot of them didn't lose their looks going into the 2020s.
Facts.
Like when you talk about some graceful aging, the 90s women did that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And thank you for doing
that. Absolutely.
Greatly appreciate it.
For sure. Shout out to 90s Lark Voorhees. And we thank y'all so much for
90s Lark Voorhees.
yeah. Shout out to 90s Lark Voorhees, bro. Like straight up. Fire. Oh man. Hey man, look, we appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all checking out this show. I'm gonna end it now because I'll keep naming ladies all night. and why do that when you can help us out? Add to the list who makes your top, best, greatest, most obscure, favorite crushes, loves, interests, whatever of the 1990s. We love to hear it. Thank you for checking out this episode of Made in the 1980s. And as always, love.